Have you ever noticed that some women just have this magnetic quality? They walk into a room and without saying a word, they command attention. They don't follow the crowd, they don't care about social trends, and they operate on a completely different frequency. These are Sigma females, and they play by a set of rules that most people just can't seem to grasp. Today, we're diving deep into the powerful mindset of the Sigma female. We're going to explore the 9 core principles they live by. Principles that make them so unique, so independent, and often so misunderstood. If you've ever felt like you marched to the beat of your own drum, this video is for you. Let's uncover the rules that set the Sigma female apart from everyone else. First up, the foundational rule of the Sigma female: independence above all. Think about how most people operate. They constantly seek validation from their friends, family, and social media. They need likes, comments, and approval to feel good about their choices. A Sigma female, however, finds her validation from within. Her independence isn't a phase, it's her crown. She wears it proudly and doesn't need anyone else to tell her she's worthy or on the right path. She's her own source of strength, her own biggest cheerleader, and her own anchor. This self-reliance can be baffling to those who depend on others for their sense of self-worth. She doesn't cling. She stands firm on her own 2 feet, and that's a power most can't comprehend. The second rule is one that often makes others uncomfortable. Silence is power. In a world that's constantly buzzing with noise, where everyone is shouting to be heard, the Sigma female understands the profound strength in silence. She doesn't feel the need to fill every conversational gap or dominate every discussion. She's an observer, a listener. Her silence isn't empty. It's strategic. It's where she processes information, analyzes situations, and formulates her thoughts. When she does speak, her words carry weight and purpose because they're chosen carefully. Her silence speaks volumes. It communicates confidence, intelligence, and a level of self-assurance that most people's constant chatter simply can't match. Next, let's talk about rule number 3, quality over quantity in relationships. The Sigma female isn't interested in a large, superficial social circle. You won't find her collecting friends like trophies. Instead, she invests her time and energy in a select few deep, meaningful connections. To her, one genuine bond, one person she can truly trust and be herself with, is worth more than 1,000 shallow acquaintances. She can spot inauthenticity a mile away and has no time for surface-level interactions. This is why her inner circle is often small, but incredibly strong. While others might boast about their number of friends, the Sigma female quietly nurtures relationships built on loyalty, respect, and true understanding. This brings us to rule number 4, a non-negotiable principle: unshakable self-respect. A Sigma female holds her dignity in the highest regard. She has firm boundaries, and she isn't afraid to enforce them. If someone disrespects her, crosses her boundaries, or tries to undermine her worth, she doesn't argue or try to change them. She simply walks away. There's no drama, no big confrontation, just a quiet and final exit. She understands that her peace of mind is more valuable than winning an argument or keeping someone in her life who doesn't value her. This ability to detach without hesitation is a form of self-preservation that many people, who are afraid of losing others, find incredibly difficult to practice. Rule number 5 is where the Sigma female truly stands out from the pack: living outside the system. Society has a pre-written script for us. Go to school, get a job, get married, follow the rules, and fit in. Ordinary people often crave the approval that comes from following this script. But the Sigma female, she reads the script, finds it uninspiring, and decides to write her own. She creates her own path, even if it's unconventional and goes against tradition. She isn't a rebel for the sake of rebellion. She's an architect of her own life. She questions the status quo and follows her own internal compass, regardless of whether it's the popular or accepted way. She paves her own road, and that's a journey many are too afraid to even begin. Rule number 6 is a masterclass in mental fortitude: emotional control. Let's be clear. This doesn't mean she's cold or unfeeling. In fact, the Sigma female often feels things very deeply. The difference is, she doesn't let her emotions dictate her actions. She can feel anger, sadness, or joy without becoming a slave to them. Discipline is her greatest strength. When faced with a challenge, she processes her feelings, but her decisions are driven by logic, strategy, and her long-term goals. While others might react impulsively, driven by a momentary emotional storm, the Sigma female remains the calm at the center of it, steering her ship with a steady hand. This leads us perfectly into rule number 7. Authenticity always wins. In a world of filters and personas, the Sigma female is unapologetically herself. She will never change her personality, her opinions, or her style to fit in or be liked. She understands that pretending to be someone you're not is exhausting and ultimately a disservice to yourself. Her authenticity is her superpower. It acts as a natural filter, attracting people who appreciate her for who she truly is and repelling those who don't. She would rather be respected for her genuine self than loved for a manufactured image. This raw, unfiltered honesty is refreshing, but it can also be intimidating to those who are used to playing social games. Rule number 8 is a powerful life philosophy: freedom over comfort. Many people choose the path of least resistance. They opt for a comfortable, predictable life, even if it means being trapped in a job they dislike or a situation that stifles their growth. They are living comfortably in chains. The Sigma female views this as the ultimate prison. She would rather face struggle, uncertainty, and hardship in the pursuit of freedom than accept a comfortable cage. Freedom, to her, is the ability to make her own choices, live by her own values, and be the master of her own destiny. She will gladly sacrifice comfort and security for the chance to live a life that is truly her own, on her own terms. Finally, we arrive at rule number 9, perhaps the most misunderstood of all. Alone, but never lonely. Society often teaches us to fear solitude, to see it as a sign of loneliness or social failure. But for the Sigma female, solitude is not a punishment. It's a sanctuary. It's where she recharges her energy, connects with her inner self, and cultivates her creativity. She thrives in her own company. Being alone gives her the space to think, to plan, and to simply exist without the pressure of social performance. While others frantically fill their calendars to avoid being by themselves, the Sigma female cherishes her alone time. She understands that you can be surrounded by people and feel utterly alone, or you can be by yourself and feel completely fulfilled. So, there you have it. The 9 rules that guide the life of a Sigma female. Independence, silence, deep connections, self-respect, charting her own course, emotional mastery, authenticity, the pursuit of freedom, and thriving in solitude. These aren't just rules. They're a reflection of a mindset that challenges societal norms at every turn. And that's precisely why so many people can't quite handle them. The Sigma female doesn't need the world to understand her. She only needs to be true to herself. If you recognized yourself in these traits, you already know the truth. You're not just different, you're powerful. You're living life on your own terms, and that's something to be celebrated. Thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, let us know in the comments which rule you live by the most. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content that empowers you to live your most authentic life. We'll see you in the next one.